Guys, we skipped June Jeep news. I apologize. We're doing some traveling with the family. This channel's been a little slow. We're going to get dialed right back in. We've got a ton of Jeep news to get you guys all up to speed. We're halfway through July. Follow our sister channel, Midwest Adventure Life. You can see what we've been up to. We've been doing some traveling, so check it out. But let's jump right in. Tim Kuniskis, as you know, is back in the saddle for Ram. But did you know, here's an actual post from Antonio Filosa directly from his LinkedIn page. Excited to have appointed Tim to his new role. I'm sure that he will work his magic across our entire brand portfolio. We're serious about delivering what our customers demand, including high performance engineering. The return of SRT is just one way we're making it happen. Tim Kuniskis is leading the Stellantis brand, Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. My understanding is he still is the CEO of Ram, but they're giving him the reins to much more than just Ram. And this is good news. And we're going to talk a lot about what's already happened. And what I love to see is the return of SRT is just one way we're making it happen. Guys, SRT is back. But not everyone loves SRT. Not everyone's in it for the street racing technology. Some of us just want good Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram products. But SRT is certainly part of the DNA of what Stellantis and the Ram and the Chrysler, the whole CDJR product. Let's talk about the new Cherokee. This one probably deserves its whole video on its own, but let's just dive in a little bit about it. Jeep keeps pushing and sharing its boxy. They keep bringing back pictures, classic for a reason. And if you look, you've got the XJ sandwiched here with the new Cherokee. Their marketing has been spot on. Now, if you're paying attention or you're a Jeep person, everyone loved the XJ. The XJ was probably the last Cherokee that we liked. Let's keep it real. And here's a super fun fact, if we haven't announced this or haven't mentioned this. Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, who sponsors Jeeps on the Run, the owner Ray, his father-in-law actually was the designer of the XJ. Super fun tidbit. At any rate, super excited to see that they're bringing back the Cherokee. Now my question is it boxy enough? Does it have enough of the XJ DNA to make it happen, right? At the end of the day, I think the real question is, what's the price? If the price is right, I think this thing's going to be a hit. Other thing is, what's under the hood? So rumor is, and I've read multiple different things, that it's going to be hybrid or electric only. But then more recently, I read something saying it would have the 4-cylinder turbo motor that you find in the Wranglers and the Gladiators. That would be a great option too. I hope that they don't just launch it as a hybrid only. As much as I personally am a 4xe fan and a lover of it, I think we got to go back to giving the options, the freedom to choose we talked about in the last video. I think that Jeep will figure that out, and I think by the time we see this Cherokee, my gut talking, I have no inside information on this, I think by the time we see this Cherokee, it's going to launch with hopefully a 4-cylinder. And I even read maybe this thing will see the Hurricane motor. That wouldn't be horrible either. But I'm curious, what are your thoughts from the picture you've seen of the Cherokee? Does it go back to the DNA of the XJ enough that it's gonna turn some heads? Here's the reality. Everyone's always like, give us the XJ, give us the XJ. If they made an XJ again and changed nothing, most of you guys wouldn't buy it. All those people that said, give me the XJ, I almost guarantee you'd be like, where's the tech, right? You'd get in it and be like, I'm not buying this. Now, Resto Mod and XJ, keep the exterior. Let's get some of the technology that we have currently. I think that would be badass. But no less, I'm curious. And we'll talk more about the Cherokee as it comes out. But I just kind of wanted to touch on it. I think it's going to be a good one. I like the pictures of it. I like what I've seen. And I have a funny suspicion this is going to be another one that's going to look better in person than it does on the pictures. In one car that I felt like that way was the EV Charger. That car looks really great in person. And when the pictures first came out, I was like, eh. But when I saw it in person, I really liked it. I got a funny feeling it's going to be the same. All right, so if you follow the channel, you've watched us talk a lot about Ram in the past couple of weeks. Ram came to NASCAR. Ram is back with the Hemi. And honestly, I think equally as exciting as the Hemi returning is the warranty. America's best truck warranty. You guys, this one is huge. And so I was able to watch the press release with Tim Kuniskis when he talked about this. And here's something that I find very interesting. The vehicles, obviously, no surprise, are more expensive than they used to be, right? So people are holding on to them longer. The average, I think, vehicle on the road is like 11 or 12 years old, which seems crazy, but people are holding on to their vehicles longer. And also because they're holding on to them longer and because they're more expensive, the loans are becoming longer. I mean, I remember when a 36-month loan was a long loan, and now it's 72 months, 80, whatever. It goes on and on and on. The conception is if you have to pay for a service on your vehicle while you're still paying your note, your loan, you kind of feel like you got gypped. And 3-year, 36,000-mile warranties used to kind of be in line with, you know, an average car payment. You might have your average car payment for 3 years. Obviously, most people don't have a 3-year car payment anymore. So the thought process is, let's give our customers a warranty that outlasts, I guess you could say, the bank note. So most people don't have a loan that's 10 years. So you have a period of warranty that is beyond what your note is on the vehicle. So 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. I don't 100% know. I haven't had a chance to look. I think there's some strings attached. You have to make sure you maintain your vehicle. So what? Maintain your vehicle. Big deal. If that's the case, that's the case. Hyundai does something like that where you get the 100,000-mile warranty, but you have to meet criteria of certain oil changes and whatnot, depending on actually the region you're in. But whatever, that's fine. Maintain your car and the warranty. It seems like a fair trade. At any rate, here's what I think is great for the brand. Put your money where your mouth is, right? Tell you we're building you a better product. We're standing behind our brand, but now they're giving you the warranty to go with it. Putting your money where your mouth is. Now, if they're going to do this to Ram, Tim Kuniskis is back in the saddle for all the CDJR products. Man, I hope they give Jeep the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty because that will light it back up. It will put Jeep right back on the map, in my opinion. Let's give these customers, let's give them some confidence in the product. We've lost a little bit of it, right? We've lost some of this momentum. You can surely tell that changes are being made significantly to earn that confidence back from their customers. And I think a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty is certainly a great way of doing it. So comment, I'm curious, what's your thoughts? They sold over 10,000 trucks as soon as this announcement came out. I mean, are we going to see Chevy do this? Are we going to see Ford do this? These guys, Ram is going to earn their profit share back real quick with that warranty. Let's talk about the Wagoneer S for a minute. Guys, this one's almost a little funny. Speaking of earning customers and earning trust, the Wagoneer S, listen, we've done a review on it. I've driven them. I think they're an absolutely great vehicle. If you haven't driven one, drive one. You will be truly, truly impressed. Now, having said that, they've had, no secret, they've had their fair share of issues. So they've most recently put out another flash, another update that's supposed to kind of patch up a lot of these issues. So there's this icon, and this probably deserves its own video too, but there's this icon. It's a wrench with like a lightning bolt through it. And at quick glance, it looks like a lobster. The Wagoneer S has earned the title of having the lobster light. And it's actually funny enough, if you follow any of these Wagoneer posts, Facebook groups or whatever, people are actually buying toy lobsters. They're buying lobster shirts, lobster stuffed animals. I even saw someone as far as putting lobster on their license plates. So, you know what, the owners they're taking it in stride, but hopefully we can get the Wagoneer S dialed in just a little tighter. Again, if you haven't driven or haven't been in a Wagoneer S, check out our review about it. My thoughts of that vehicle still stand true. I think it's a great Jeep and, you know, kind of like own that market a little bit, like a luxury EV, maybe falls in line with a Cadillac Lyriq. I don't know, but check it out. It's a great vehicle. The return of the Hemi. Let's talk about that for a minute. Guys, the Hemi is back. We talked about it before it officially came out. Everyone made assumptions, right? We knew when we saw Tim Kuniskis back, the Hemi was following, right? But I'm curious, would that be enough reason to bring you back if you're a Ram owner and you missed out on a Hemi? If you're a Dodge owner, are you waiting for that Hemi to come into the Charger or Challenger? I mean, SRT is back. I think it's safe to say the Hemi is coming back in the Dodge lineup. The Dodge lineup needs a little help. You know, it's interesting that the Hemi never left the Durango, but it left the Chargers and Challengers. I wonder why, right? Why did it stick around in the Durango and not in the Charger or Challenger? I don't know. But at any rate, the Hemi is back. That's great news. You know, we've talked about that in much more depth in some other videos on our channel. You can check it out there. But we wanted to do an overview of just some things going on in the Stellantis land. I think Stellantis is really paying attention. I know we've been saying that for a few months, but every month something new pretty significantly changes, right? Tim Kuniskis coming back was big. Him being CEO of Ram, awesome. But now him being designated of, you know, basically chief of the brands Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, that's a phenomenal thing because Tim is bold. He's kind of the guy who, like, I haven't personally met him, but I've said it on some of his press conferences, and I feel like he's kind of the guy that, like, has no filter, and what you see in person or you see, you know, on TV or on these press conferences is what you get. And I like it because it's bold, kind of like I don't give a, you know, it just, this is what we're doing and we're going for it. I think we need that guy at the helm. We need that person that's like, I don't care what the past is. This is what we're doing. This is what our customers want. Let's give them what they want. And I think that's where we're going. So guys, as always, like, subscribe, comment below. What are your thoughts? Do you think we're in the right direction? And if Jeep gave you that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, would that change your mind on what product you'd purchase? Does that make you more brand loyal? As you guys know, I'm CDJR to the end. I'm kind of, I guess, you know, I'm there through thick and through thin. So comment below and we'll see you on the next video.